Yo guys, and welcome back to this new stream here on the channel. And on today's stream, we're going to discuss the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency market because yes, Bitcoin starts to be moving and curving up back towards the upside. So in today's stream, we're going to go over what we're currently seeing in the market. We're going to go over what Bitcoin is currently doing. It's bouncing back, trading once again above the 57 test US dollars as well. We're going to go over Ethereum and much more, and of course we're going to just have a wider view about what the market currently is doing. So guys, if you do enjoy these live streams every single day here on the channel, don't forget to right away slap up that like button here on the stream here, subscribe to the channel, and let's jump right away in towards the content here. So like you can see right now in front of the screen here, Bitcoin is indeed curving its way back up here. It saw a particularly significant move already getting started, and just like we saw yesterday, the day before, we see of course Bitcoin increasing its valuation towards the top side. It's coming down because of the stock market. Afterwards, we see in the afternoon, so around this time, every single time Bitcoin starts to be pumping here, we see Bitcoin starts to be creating a significant lag up here towards the upside, and afterwards we do see Bitcoin getting rejected from the top side and coming down again. So it looks to me that the story keeps rhyming itself and keeps repeating itself right now here. And currently we do see Bitcoin, of course, trading on the lower side of support. This level, once again, flipping it in towards support. We did so just a few hours ago. Of course, we saw some consolidation on the lower side. We did saw some fake outs on the lower side. We did saw, of course, this level of support once again getting retested for quite a lot of times here on the market. And right now you can clearly see Bitcoin is indeed curving back up, and it's trading already on the 57.1k right now. So right now on the stream, we're going to be witnessing about where Bitcoin is heading towards. Are we going to see this significant continuation towards the upside getting created here? I am looking forward towards it. I personally do think it is going to be likely to see similar structures like we have been seeing all times around here before. So I'm looking forward towards where we are heading towards from this point right now here. So guys, make sure to get comfortable on today's stream here as well. If we're going to zoom in on Bitcoin and we're going to look towards a lower time frame, we could be seeing a very significant pattern playing out here. And let me get to a clear chart to bring you guys, of course, an update about this clear pattern we're currently creating. So Bitcoin on the 30-minute time frame is right now creating a W structure. So what this structure does look like is, of course, low getting formed in the market, higher low getting formed afterwards, and of course, a horizontal, the horizontal resistance line. And like you can see over here, that is the resistance, of course, that's trading above us right now here. And you can clearly see top side is right at the level as well where Bitcoin is trading against. Of course, this top side in this case is going to be this 57.1k level, and this, of course, the perfect scenario we're right now looking for. And this is the scenario, of course, for a W structure. So yeah, Bitcoin indeed creating a W structure right now here, and so far it is increasing in its valuation. And what I will say to you guys out there, in 11 minutes from now on, Bitcoin is going to be closing its 30-minute time frame candle as well. The 1 hour candle will be getting close. What is going to be quite crucial right now here is that Bitcoin is going to close its 1 hour candle above this horizontal range over here, because that could be then lead, of course, towards a very significant continuation towards the upside, because that will be leading towards a W structure breaking out towards the higher ranges, and that could be then where once again lead towards a massive continuation on the price to, of course, send the price action back towards the 58.5k. So that could be leading towards another $1,500 US increasement on the price as soon as Bitcoin does clearly break above this range high here. So yeah, I am looking forward towards what we could be doing so right now. I'm looking forward towards on the how the coming hours for Bitcoin are going to be unfolding itself right now here. I personally do think, and I'm very comfortable, that Bitcoin can be breaking this top range over here, but of course it's going to be coming down all to what Bitcoin is going to do right now here. But as well, what can we see in the dollar index? Dollar index, of course, recent hours came down a little bit here, but if we're going to look at the stocks, we do see the stock market is shooting up here. Of course, stock market just 20 minutes ago started to open, of course, and you can see right away on the stock market open today, we saw a very significant continuation towards the upside. Of course, the pre-market, we did saw some downwards momentum coming in towards Bitcoin, but as soon as the stock market did open, we saw this significant increasement in valuation. What is, of course, absolutely lovely to see. And you can see indeed Bitcoin, the stock market, the S&P 500 is bouncing back, and this is having a wider positive effect on the market and of course on the S&P 500. This as well does look like a higher low structure that we're currently forming. So continuation towards the upside from this point here for the S&P is going to be as well having a wider positive effect on the market, where I'm of course looking very much forward towards, and where I'm looking very much forward towards where this stock market is going to be going towards from that point there. But of course, eventually we do only care, I mean, some of you guys maybe as well do care a lot about what the stock market is telling us right now. But for me, I do really care the most about what Bitcoin is going to do. And if I'm going to look at what Bitcoin is going to do, we need to see this continuation towards the upside from this point right now, and hopefully we could be seeing this continuation as well getting started here. So as well for Bitcoin on the 1 hour candles, yeah, it's going to be like lovely if we could as well see this 1 hour candle close above this $57,000 range, because if we're going to do so, this does clearly mean that we're going to form a higher high than the previous lows that we have been forming on the market. So that's as well going to result in most likely a further continuation up here, and we could be seeing a similar structure like we did saw on the candles yesterday over here. So yeah, I'm personally looking very much forward towards where Bitcoin is going to be doing here right now in the coming hours, and we're going to be of course witness this all together with you guys out there as well. On the 4 hourly candles, this does look like once again a very strong bounce from up the horizontal level we've been talking about several times here. So you can clearly see the horizontal level looks to be a very strong level to hold on every single time, and you can clearly see Bitcoin of course retesting it again. Just for the past four hourly candles, we have been seeing a very significant rise back towards the upside. So indeed, this is an extremely important level to hold on towards, and you can clearly see Bitcoin is currently as well doing so as well. Real quickly taking a look at Ethereum, we have been looking at horizontal resistance and support on the chart, and you can clearly see over here previous resistance flipped into support, rejected this over here, flipping into support again. So Ethereum has been a very good accumulation range over here, and while Bitcoin is even moving further on, guys, Bitcoin is trying to be pushing above this range high up to 57.2k right now here. It's going to be very crucial to see Bitcoin breaking this level, of course. Lovely to see, of course, but while Bitcoin is pushing through here, we are discussing Ethereum real quickly, and of course Ethereum is right now of course breaking above, holding on towards the horizontal range here, and so far, yeah, we are definitely seeing a very significant continuation getting generated from up this level. And of course you have to know Ethereum has been already in higher high structure together with the higher low currently getting formed on the market. This is of course a lovely continuation we're currently getting generated on this market, so do as well expect that Ethereum is going to continue its way up here, and do as well expect that Ethereum is definitely one of those coins that are probably going to smash everyone at their expectations. So please don't be afraid to be buying Ethereum right now. I think Ethereum is a very good buying and accumulation range right here, so I definitely look forward towards where we could be heading towards once again. So good morning, guys. So everyone from the US, good morning. Hopefully you slept amazingly, and yeah, let's start the day off with of course a very beautiful pump in the market, on the stock market and on Bitcoin, of course. So what is better than doing that, of course. So as well, a lot of people maybe start to be talking about Cardano right now, because Cardano, of course, shoot up particularly quickly, right? You can see over here, Cardano shoot up particularly quickly, and the reason why Cardano did shoot up so quickly is basically because they got a DEX announcement. Cardano, of course, is going to launch their own decentralized exchange here, just like Uniswap, just like PancakeSwap, etc. But then, of course, on the Cardano network, so the DEX of the testnet of the DEX for Cardano is going to get listed here, getting launched here on the 5th of December. The reason why Cardano is as well shooting up right here, I personally think the DEX is going to be even having a further positive effect on the market for Cardano. So buying Cardano around these ranges of $1.70 here is extremely cheap here, and I do think that the risk is most certainly very low to buy and accumulate Cardano as well in this range here as well. We broke above this major resistance range over here, so you can clearly see support and resistance as well as getting found on this orange range over here, and you can clearly see we got rejected, supported by this level several times. Right now trading above of this level makes me of course very bullish as well. This different horizontal level is right now the level that we're retesting, and this of course a very strong level of support that we're right now trading on. You can clearly see major resistance flipping it into support right now. This is most likely going to even lead towards a further continuation up for the Cardano price action. So I am personally very bullish right now on the market. And I definitely can't wait to see where we could be heading towards from this point. I do expect as well to see a very significant continuation from this point for Cardano, and most likely Cardano is going to be taking some territory in back here against, of course, all the negativity it got here. Some people say Cardano is dead or whatsoever, but of course, if you're a smart investor, you know that you buy into these downtrends once everyone is afraid, that you sell into massive uptrends. But yeah, of course, last time around, Cardano, of course, had such a significant downtrend like it had over here. It surged with an approximately 300% towards the upside. So please do your research. It even surged more than 300% towards the upside. To be correct, we surged with 203% towards the upside. So yeah, definitely very excited what we did sell over there. And I should not be betting against Cardano right now in this current time of recording here. I definitely think it's going to be very exciting. And some people are asking us right now, Sunday swap question mark. Indeed, the DEX we're talking about right now for Cardano is going to be Sunday swap. Of course, just like you have Uniswap for the Ethereum network, just like you have all kinds of swap exchanges, of course, for different networks. And of course, Sunday swap is going to be for the Cardano network. So I'm very excited about all the Cardano projects that are going to get launched here. I personally think they're all going to do like 10x, 20x on launch day, probably all. So I think the next real big hype thing around the market is going to be probably the smart contract tokens that are going to get listed on the Cardano network. So please take your eyes wide open right now, because Cardano could be for sure see a massive increasement in the coming days ahead of itself right now here, and as well especially in the coming weeks ahead of itself here. So Bitcoin is going to close this 1 hour candle in 3 minutes from now on, and so far it does look like Bitcoin is going to be finding a rejection from this range here. So personally, I would most certainly love to see a continuation from this range here, and most certainly I would love to see a breakthrough of this range. But right now I do see the market only have 3 more minutes till it's going to close its candle. Of course, I do want to say to you guys out there, everything can happen, of course, in a matter of 3 minutes. But of course, what is going to be quite crucial is right now to see this 30-minute candle close, and of course, the 1 hour candle close will be here as well, to close above this level here. So for the 1 hour candles, of course, it's still looking respectively a little bit better here, because the 1 hour candle close is right now very crucial to close above the $57,000 range here. So we have to be seeing that as well here. So I'm looking forward towards what we could be right now getting on the market. But of course, the 30-minute too as well, see this continuation up here. It's going to be very lovely if we could be seeing that as well happening over here. So as well, 4 hourly candles right now as well, only 1 more hour away before closing. So usually as well, what we do now here is that the last hour on the 4 hourly candle close is going to be one of the most volatile hours of the 1 hour candle. So it's going to be quite exciting about what we are going to get over here. So Bitcoin trying to go for the last push up here as well. I will be going over Solana in a second here. I hope Cardano can finally hit $3 again. I mean, I would truly hope it as well here. I mean, I'm holding quite a bunch of my Cardano tokens right now. I've been as well for sure investing a lot into Cardano once again in this downtrend, and I definitely think it could be of course a lovely event if we could be once again hit to $3. We can prove everyone wrong, of course. So yeah, Bitcoin is currently indeed following the S&P. We do see the S&P moving up, of course, and Bitcoin is indeed following it currently, like you can see on the 30-minute time frame. It just looks similar. It just looks like a copy-paste, of course, on those charts. So indeed, the Bitcoin price action is following the S&P 500 right now. So hopefully the S&P 500 could be an even further surge towards the upside. Right now it's 1% up here, but just like yesterday, we were up massively in the first hours of the day, and afterwards we came down massively. And hopefully we're not going to see similar things like we did so over there, because that could be still have a very bearish effect on the market, of course, just like we came down massively yesterday on the S&P. I don't want to be seeing I don't want to be seeing that happening today, of course. So are we going to be trading this move? It's for sure going to be trading opportunity. So I'm looking forward towards where the 30-minute candle is going to close. Right now, it looks to be that Bitcoin is going to close below it. So it looks to be that we're still going to get rejected. Maybe the next 30-minute candle we could be pushing through. But of course, in order to trade this move here towards the upside, I should for sure anticipate and wait first for a 30-minute candle close above this range. As soon as we do get that, then we could be looking, of course, for a very strong trading opportunity. But yeah, Bitcoin is already pushing up on this last few seconds of its candle. So right now, last 30 seconds, here we're going to close it. And it looks to be that we're not going to close above the resistance, but still, it's a pretty decent candle close that we do get over here. So next candle close, we do want to be seeing a further push on towards higher ranges getting formed there. So yeah, pretty excited what we do have over here. Let me see. Good afternoon. Good afternoon for you too, man. Tommy. What makes the S&P 500 pump? I mean, I do personally think the S&P 500 is right now pumping. Well, we do see a new hourly candle for Bitcoin getting printed here. Beautiful 1 hour candle close, of course, that we do get on the market. Beautiful continuation up that we did generate here on the market. But yeah, the reason why I do think the S&P 500 is pushing up right now here, it's very, very likely to expect here. This market is oversold right now. This market is oversold. The market has too much fear in it. And of course, once the fear is ruling so hard, just like we are right now forming massive bullish divergence on the trend here on the RSI, this is going to be leading towards a continuation up here. The S&P is right now a little bit oversold here. The S&P came down way too quickly. It was once again an overreaction from the stock market about the new pandemic 2.0, about the new virus that we are going to be having over here. I personally think it's a little bit of an overreaction on the market. So yeah. Why is it bouncing back? Because the market should be bouncing back after such a reaction towards the market, what is not necessarily for such kind of things, of course, right? So yeah, Bitcoin is indeed right now trading against resistance. So people are in the chat saying right now, rejection incoming. I mean, I will be not necessarily say there's going to be necessarily rejection incoming. I will be saying to you guys out there, yeah, the risk is most certainly increasing because Bitcoin is trading against resistance, and it got us rejected several times before. The most important part right now for Bitcoin is that it is going to close, of course, above this this orange box here. And of course, if Bitcoin can close above this orange box, we could be looking for a massive pump further on, and we could be going for this $1,500 continuation towards the upside. So I'm looking forward towards what we could be getting from this point. But it looks to be that Bitcoin already starts to be curving back up here, 57.2K right now. It is lovely to see here. Ethereum is breaking out here. Let me quickly see. I'm not really looking necessarily for a pattern on Ethereum right now. But Ethereum is, of course, as well forming a W structure on the 1 hour candles, like you can see over here. So Ethereum forming low, high low, getting formed on the market. This is the perfect continuation. I mean, guys, we've been in a short-term downtrend on the 1 hour candles for Ethereum. And this is the reversal that you've been waiting for. You've been forming lower highs along the way down here. Then you start to form a higher high. And you have been starting to form a higher low in the market. So this is the reversal you've been waiting for. And Bitcoin, it's indeed moving up, guys. So make sure to slap up that like button. It will be truly appreciated. If you haven't already slapped up the like button, make sure to do so right now. But I'm getting particularly excited, of course, on this market right now here, because we are seeing Bitcoin curving back up here. Of course, S&P 500 getting eaten up on the lower side. The Bitcoin is indeed starting to be pumping again towards the higher ranges. Of course, I do want to say to you guys out there, don't run your shoes there. Wait for the 30-minute candle close so we can see, of course, if we can officially nail a breakout of this W structure on Bitcoin. Of course, on Ethereum, it does already look a little bit better because on Ethereum, we already have been seeing such a structure getting broken out, of course, because yeah, on Ethereum, yeah, we can respectively say here that Ethereum did broke its top side of resistance. So yeah, it's of course looking a little bit better here on Ethereum. So I'm looking forward towards where you could be heading towards from the highs that we right now forming. But personally, yeah, this does look very, very good right now here, what we're doing. And this does look like a continuation is going to be imminent for Ethereum. Though I'm looking forward towards it. Very exciting from LA, USA. So, Matt, I know you're very excited. So, guys, if you're excited, just like us here in the chat, don't forget to smash up that like button. It will be truly appreciated. So, indeed, let's go, guys. Let's send Bitcoin once again towards the upside. It's always lovely to see Bitcoin turning up its volatility. It's always lovely to see Bitcoin turning up its volume on these places that we do want to be seeing the volume getting turned up, of course. So, indeed, it's absolutely lovely to see her. So let's see how this story is going to be ending for Bitcoin right now here. Let's see how it's going to be ending. But personally, I'm getting particularly excited here. Will's finally sobering up right now here. So we don't know necessarily say so. Will move here. But yeah. It's going to be inevitably rising. It will be inevitably increasing in its value. Can you do a live trading on stream? I think it will be interesting to watch for sure. I've done it several times, and Suli, if I do see a very good opportunity, I always do live trades on the channel. So yeah, as soon as we do see a good opportunity in the market, and of course, I'm not saying that this is a bad opportunity. But this is of course on a 30-minute time frame. But as soon as we do see, let's say, a 4-hour opportunity on the market, I will be for sure to another live training session with you guys out there. So I'm looking forward towards it as well. Gordon is saying Switzerland is finally doing something once again. So let me quickly check up on Switzerland. Is Switzerland moving up? Switzerland is indeed moving up here on the recent few days here, right now trading on 72 cents here. So Switzerland is indeed doing a very good job here. Loving to see that, of course. So yeah, it looks very good here. But right now, it looks to be that Ethereum is really taking the most amount of valuation out of Bitcoin. So once again, we do see the Ethereum dominance rising, like you can see over here in the past hours. So let's see how it's going to be, how the story is going to be ending. But on the minute short term, this just looks so healthy for Ethereum. Ethereum looks really to go for this continuation up from this point. So I should not be betting against Ethereum right now, to be honest. If you're going to be betting against Ethereum right here, you're going to be probably lose a lot of money here if you're going to be betting against Ethereum on this current time of recording. So yeah, Ethereum does look very strong. It is currently as well creating this continuation on the market, and yeah, hopefully we could be finally as well take out the highs over here, because yeah, we did clearly saw the market has been forming, of course, previous highs as well on this range here, and this right now provided us a rejection, and I would love to see, of course, this level getting broken on the top side, and hopefully we could be seeing so as well on the continuation that we're currently creating here, because Ethereum is, of course, from the previous high that we created on the market right now 3% away from it. So respectively, that's still quite a lot here, but let's see if we could be making that continuation right now. Pluton is flying. Okay, I can't believe my eyes if it's already flying. It is indeed flying. It's $11.58. This is not above the $12 yet here, but Pluton is indeed doing a very good job. For a second, Mohit, I thought like it was trading about $15 US, so that would have been lovely, of course, but yeah, we're just going to be waiting and see how it's going to be playing out for Pluton right now here. You will getting wrecked if you're going to short Ethereum. I personally do agree. If you're going to short Ethereum right now, you're most likely not going to be making the best gains on the market. And I do think, yeah, you're taking a particularly big risk by shorting it right now here. The MACD is bullish crossover on the MACD on the Bitcoin daily time frame. So let me quickly check up on the daily MACD here for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, of course, on the daily time frame, I think we're already looking particularly strongly. But let me as well see what the MACD is telling us, of course, right? So MACD is right now forming indeed a bullish crossover on the market. You can clearly see indeed we're about to flip bullish again on the MACD. Last time that we did flip bullish, we right away fell bearish once again, and we came down, of course. But the time before we flipped bullish was, of course, here on September the 30th. No. The 1st of October. The 1st of October, we flipped bullish, of course, on the MACD. So for sure, very exciting. And of course, we all know and we all remember what happened after the 1st of October. Yeah, we saw an inevitably rise here towards the upside, towards the new all-time high for Bitcoin. So yeah, it does look quite good here. It does look quite exciting about where we could be heading towards from this point. And of course, we do get the blue line right here. For everyone who doesn't know what the blue line is here, the blue line basically represents a breakthrough of an RSI downtrend. So the RSI downtrend already got broken here, and the last 4 times this happened, we have been seeing significant rallies towards the upside. And of course, these signals, you don't see them every single day. And of course, if you do get such a big of a signal in the market, yeah, you should be benefiting from it. And right now, of course, we are extremely bullish because we did saw it. And guys, by the way, let me take a quick sip of my water while you guys can slap up the like button. It looks very similar. Yeah, indeed. It looks very similar. So I'm very excited about where we could be heading towards right now. As well, if we're just going to be comparing September towards where we're right now trading on, of course, the September drop-off is very, you can just compare them so easy with each other. Of course, right now we have been trading in a 22-day downtrend, first of all. In September around, we traded as well in a 22-day downtrend, like you can see over here. September was a 22-day downtrend. Right now, we're trading in a 22-day downtrend. Of course, Bitcoin, their downtrends. For everyone who doesn't understand this, these Bitcoin downtrends in bull markets, you see, don't tend to last so long here. You say they last towards 15 days, towards 20 days. So approximately 20 days, approximately. Let's say that as an average day less for a downtrend. Right now, we have been 20 days, 22 days already been distributing in the market. This distribution phase is very close to be over. And you know why these phases are very important in the market. Like you can see here in September towards October, right? We saw a very significant rise towards the upside of an approximately 64% in just a matter of 21 days. You know why this is going to be happening once again here? It's going to happen once again because the sell pressure ran out of the market. Right now, we have been seeing a lot of distribution, a lot of people that sold off their Bitcoin, they sold off their crypto. And as soon as the market does flip bullish, what I do think that we're right now extremely close towards, we're going to be once again see this inevitable rise of a period of 20 to 30 days where the market is only going to see green across the border, because we distributed about so much sellers on the market that we then could be seeing a way longer surge towards the upside. So yeah, only strong hands do survive. If you're right now panic selling, I should think you are definitely on the wrong side. The period of Bitcoin being in a downtrend is so close to be over, and I mean, as long as everyone's going to hodl, we're not going to go down here. But yeah, it's still the pressure is still high. I mean, the pressure is not necessarily high here. If we're going to look at Cryptocurrencies real quickly, if we're going to look to Cryptocurrencies, and if we're going to look at the sell pressure that's currently in the market, the sell volume, we do see the sell volume as well running out massively. We're seeing the volumes really running out massively in terms of the sell volume right now. And of course, the buy volume is also particularly low here. So as well, if you're just going to zoom out here and just going to look at this chart, let me enable, let's say, the volumes here on Bitcoin. You can see, first of all, the volumes are, yeah, right now, this is not the right chart to represent it because it's the Bitcoin dollar index. Let me see the Bitstamp chart as well, pretty low volumes over here. The Binance chart, yeah, you can see particularly low volumes right now in the ranges. We're not seeing these high volume spikes here like we've seen before. But let me go over all the charts combined, right? So this is going to be the full chart, and let me bring this right away for you guys in the screen here to explain what I was basically saying to you guys out there. So what do I mean with the sell volume is extremely low? Look at the periods of September, how the sell volume candles were over there. Right now we're seeing the same places. We can see over time, like in the first run up here where Bitcoin set its first all-time high, the sell pressure was immense. The sell pressure was above approximately an average 40 billion a day. Right now, the average sell pressure is 12 billion a day. So the sell pressure, first of all, came down massively from Q1 and Q2. There's way less sell orders getting activated because the weekends got shaken out of the market. Right now, we can clearly see as well, we don't see a lot of high candles over here on the right side of the screen as time continues, of course, and especially in the drop-offs, like you can see in over here on September 2021, the volumes were extremely low as well. In the rally towards the upside, the sell volumes were extremely low because people were not selling, because the sellers got shaken out of the market. The sellers were exhausted, and that's what we're going to see eventually over here. Once again, here the buy volume is not extremely high yet here. Of course, if we do look to the buy volume, let me quickly search this up here. Oh man, I can't search. Wait, let me see. Let me search buy real quickly. Buy order. I mean, the Cryptocurrencies side is so ridiculously slow here. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, like you can see over here as well, the buy volume has been coming down particularly quickly as well here. But you can see right now as well, buy volume is low. But eventually, you can see the buy volume is not necessarily high on the rally towards the upside, right? It basically means that sell volume runs out. And that's the reason why we move up here. So that's the reason why the rise of Bitcoin is going to be inevitably keeps continuing going up here. This is not FOMO. What we see over here is not FOMO. You know what FOMO is? This is FOMO. In the beginning stages of the year, that is FOMO, because there we see these high volumes coming in towards the market. But right now, we tend to see still particularly low volumes in terms of buying, but the market keeps continuously going up because sell volume eventually runs out. And it will be happening once again. It's going to be happening every single time here. So please, it's going to be very important. So some people say bear market incoming, some people can say it, and of course everyone has their own opinion, everyone can share their own opinion on the market, but I mean, calling a bear market on Bitcoin is like so stupid. I mean, so some people don't understand it yet here. Some people may still going to be selling the dip here. I'm personally not selling the dip. I'm rather buying the dip here. But guys, by the way, don't forget to slap up the like button if you do enjoy the content. And of course, if you do want to be finding out about more of the stream. Of course, currently, we can clearly see still Bitcoin coming down particularly massively right now. Bitcoin, of course, creating a big wick on the top side over here. You can see so far it's still getting rejected. If we're going to look to the S&P, yeah, we can clearly see the S&P is right now as well coming down a little bit here. So it's dragging Bitcoin is again a little bit down. So hopefully Bitcoin is going to be holding up here, but Bitcoin looks to be falling particularly quickly right now. So the volumes are indeed running up right now here. So let's see what we're having. let's see what we're having, but indeed the volumes are running up right now here, so it's going to become pretty interesting. Of course, early today the volumes were particularly low here, but right now we do see the volumes spiking up over here because the market is showing some more volatility, of course, and we can clearly see, stock market is not doing anything interesting, to be honest, right now, but yeah, Bitcoin and the S&P 500 are looking particularly similar right now. We did knew that we were trading against this resistance line here on the top side, and we have been saying several times before, wait for a 30-minute candle close to break out above to confirm a breakout. But right now we have been not seeing a confirmed breakout yet here, but let's see what we're going to be having here. The same people calling a bear market just look Bitcoin more. I mean, if there's going to be an institution calling Bitcoin a bear market or whatsoever, or calling Bitcoin a bubble, it just gives you a signal that they are not owning enough Bitcoin yet here. Because every single company does the same here. They call Bitcoin shit until they have enough Bitcoins themselves here, of course. So never listen to what big parties say about Bitcoin, because big parties will always be negative. Not, of course, right now, nowadays, it's shifting a little bit more in our favor. But big parties will always be bearish on Bitcoin as long as they do not have enough of it. So if Facebook is saying Bitcoin is shit, you buy more Bitcoin because they are willing to be buying more at the cheaper price, of course. So that's how it works, guys. That is how it works here. Rover, look at me. Look at the six of set. What is set? I think you mean maybe September 2017. But yeah, we can do so. We can just check it in a second. Well, here we go again. Yeah, it's going to be quite exciting, guys. 13 more minutes till this 30-minute candle is going to be closing, so that sounds pretty silly, but it's true. So, of course, we do know Bitcoin can do everything in 30 minutes time here, so it's going to be quite exciting here. When Max Kaiser will call a Bitcoin bear market, then I will sell. I don't know. Yeah, you can do whatever you want here. I mean, a Bitcoin bear market is never going to be happening like it was in the past, and some people still disagree with that fact. Of course, everyone has their own opinion, but I mean, I do not think there's going to be a bear market like we always had in the past. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to see a similar bear market like 2017, 2013, getting started, of course, on those periods. If you do agree, let me know in the chat here, and of course, if you do think there's going to be a similar 3-year market low in a cryptocurrency market, let me know. I personally do not think that's going to be happening. So yeah, let's see. I sold my 20 Bitcoin at 69k. Yeah, now that's a pretty good sell target, but right now is the question, when are you going to be buying back? Or are you going to be holding dollars? Short the bear market next year? I mean, for sure, it's going to be shorter bear market. That's going to be, that's true. But I mean, I don't really think that we should use the term bear market anymore in crypto. Because do you call this a bear market? Do you call this a bear market? Is this a bear market then? If you're going to call, is this a bear market then? Because this is how I'm going to see Bitcoin in the coming years. Is if this is going to be the bear markets on Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin is not going to have a bear market where we're going to see a 3-year market low. No, Bitcoin is going to be having bear markets where, like this is a previous bear market. Bear market is basically reflecting a certain loss of interest on a certain asset. And this was a reaccumulation phase. And I do think that Bitcoin is going to rather see more reaccumulation phases along the way here, and we're going to see a lot of shakeouts where people will call for a bear market. Well, Bitcoin is trading on 100k, we're going to come all the way down back to 50k or so. The people will be calling for a bear market once we're trading on 50k, and that's going to be most likely happening. And once we're trading on 50k, people are going to call for a bear market where the smart money is most likely accumulating, because Bitcoin is not going to go in a bear market, because a bear market reflects a certain loss of interest on a certain asset. And why should Bitcoin has this major amount of loss of interest? I don't think it's going to be likely to expect Bitcoin to create a major loss of interest in the market in the let's say the coming 2 or 4 years ahead of us ourselves. So I mean, just think in a very regular way here, and it doesn't make any sense for Bitcoin to go in a 4-year bear market. And of course, if we're going to get so, I would love it, because I can accumulate more cheaper Bitcoin. But I think everyone thinks like me. Bear market incoming. I mean, so many people say that there's going to be a bear market coming, and that's the reason why I don't think there's going to be a bear market like we always have here. And of course, there's a lot of institutional interest, and because of the institutional interest, bear markets are not the same. Because in 2017, everyone called Bitcoin a bubble, a stupid stuff, you know. Bitcoin is serious right now in 2021. In 2017, it was this experiment, you know. And right now, Bitcoin is seriously, and we're not going to go in a bear market like everyone used to call it. And of course, someone is saying here 30k bear market low. I personally see Bitcoin, of course, 30k is a good target to be honest, but I see Bitcoin never going below 30k again. I never see Bitcoin going below the target. But James Clark is saying as well here, boom boys are going to cry here. I mean, eventually we do know the inflation keep rising, so why should I hold my dollars? Because what are you going to do in a bear market? What are you going to do? Are you going to sell your Bitcoins for dollars? Are you going to hold your dollars on your account? Well, the inflation keeps rising. As well, what Jason Clark is saying over here, Black Swan event next year with all the economic going to shift. I can't shit. I mean, I think there's going to be a Black Swan event next year. It's going to be likely to expect a Black Swan event eventually, because we do know there is the financial situation is right now fucked up. We do have all these kinds of things, like with the house prices, with the inflation, with the electricity bills, etc., etc. And a Black Swan event to the stock market, and of course Bitcoin is going to follow with that as well. It's going to be likely. There could be one day that Bitcoin is going to fall literally 40% in a day, 50% in a day. That day could come, and that's the day that the stock market will be most likely as well fall 20% or 30% in just a matter of a day. And Bitcoin is going to be taking a big hit here. But in those kind of periods that are going to come, and we right now should prepare ourselves for it as well, because we can literally lose 50% of our portfolio in one day, and it's going to be happening. There's going to become one day that's going to be happening, but we do know, at least I do know, that Bitcoin eventually will come on top of it and recover the fastest of all of them. So, I mean, I'm already mentally prepared for it. If it happens, I'm not going to cry in a corner. No, I'm going to work harder to accumulate that freaking dip here, because there's going to be a Black Swan event, because the bubble of of everything, the stock market, etc., is going to be popping eventually, you know. So that will be having a, first of all, bad effect on Bitcoin, but eventually Bitcoin, just like the pandemic crash in 2020, Bitcoin is going to be the coin that is going to be it's going to be bouncing back the fastest, of course. So Bitcoin is coming down all the way and undoing all its hard work it just done a moment ago here. And you can see it's trading once again back on 56.6k here, where it was just a moment ago trading on 57.4k. So Bitcoin coming down pretty massively. We can see the S&P 500 right now as well having a major correction. Of course, Bitcoin is dipping harder than the S&P, but of course it is well pumped harder than the S&P in the beginning. So pretty interesting what we do have right here. Bitcoin undoing all its hard work, literally done it a moment ago here. So this is pretty unfortunate to see, of course. Bitcoin still clearly got rejected by the top side of resistance. We right now are still 7 minutes away before this 30-minute candle close. Can we do anything here? It has to be happening in the coming 7 minutes. So Bitcoin, of course, usually shows us a lot of volatility on the last hour of the 4-hourly candle close. Of course, we do know that this is the last 1-hourly candle of the 4-hourly candle close right now, and it's going to be quite crucial about where Bitcoin is heading towards from this point, of course. So let me see what we're going to be happening here. Bitcoin negative engulfing. We see it, of course, but let me quickly as well go to BYBIT and let me see what the the funding rates are currently doing here on the market. So pretty interesting what we do have over here. Let me see what the funding rates are having. So funding rates are dropping, of course, ever neutral, and of course on OKX and FTX we are having negative funding rates. Ethereum as well, pretty neutral. Ethereum, of course, coming down massively, seeing a rejection from the range high here. So pretty interesting. Dude, I wanted to be trading at 20x on this W. I mean, I always say, of course, yeah, you could still trade it, but we just have to wait till the market does break out its top side of resistance. Of course, you don't trade if you're not seeing a breakout, and of course we have been not officially confirmed it, but of course, yeah, currently the S&P is indeed ruining the party for Bitcoin, because the S&P is dragging Bitcoin down once again, just like it did for the past 3 days here, because Bitcoin is literally down every single time here. And Bitcoin is in this downtrend because of the S&P, right? S&P dragging Bitcoin down here every single time Bitcoin tends to increase. The S&P ruins the party and shuts Bitcoin down, of course. So yeah, pretty interesting. Pretty unfortunate, of course, as well, first of all. But Bitcoin right now is only 5 minutes away before closing its 30-minute candle. And I would love to see a major pump back towards the upside to create some more volatility towards higher ranges. And, of course, create a wick on the low side and still continue its way up here. To be honest, everything can still happen here. We're just 5 minutes away for closing it. And, of course, Bitcoin can do literally everything in 5 minutes time here, of course. So let's see. That's a good one. S&P 5 will need to close above the previous high. I mean, that will be, of course, respectively still be a little bit better. If the S&P is still going to be closing above this range high over here, but it's currently still doing so, of course, right? It's going to be respectively be a little bit more bullish. So the S&P is indeed pushing itself up a little bit here again. But if it's going to be closing above the high over here, yeah, this does look like a very strong W, of course, that we are forming in the S&P. And this could be, once again, if the S&P starts to be pumping back up here, have a wider positive effect on the Bitcoin market. So yeah, I'm looking forward towards what we could be having. CoinGlass, you can see the funding fees. Yeah, I do look at CoinGlass. Of course, they recently changed up their name to CoinGlass. BYBIT rebrand their name to CoinGlass. Reflect the growth and organize the evolution. Of course, the evolution is definitely a thing that why we are here. The innovation and the in the market. So on the past hour, we do see the majority of the liquidations coming from Ethereum, and that's pretty interesting because, yeah, Ethereum is right now showing more volatility than Bitcoin is. So, pretty significant liquidation that we did get across the border. It's going to be very important where the S&P is running going to close here in those last 4 minutes. So let's see what we're having. Nasdaq is going down too. Let me quickly check up here. Nasdaq over. Oh, Nasdaq is down pretty quickly here. And Nasdaq is really dry. It's really falling hard here. Nasdaq is falling very hard. Yeah, Nasdaq is falling very hard right now. So yeah, indeed, the stock market is down massively. Eventually, what we do know is that the stock market is just right now dragging Bitcoin down. So it's pretty interesting what we're going to do. The S&P is, of course, the average. It's going to be the very most important one to look at, in my opinion. So it's going to be quite crazy what we could be having from here on. In how many days you're watching Bitcoin break above 60K? I mean, it can happen today, can happen tomorrow. We don't know what's going to be happening. So what we are going to be aiming for Bitcoin, of course, Bitcoin is trading in this horizontal range here. As soon as we does break one either direction, lower side breaking is going to be having a wider bearish effect. If we're going to break the top side, it's going to be having a more bullish effect on the market. But Bitcoin can literally trade today on 60K here. So don't be surprised if we're going to see so. We can do literally everything in the market. So doesn't this all too bad here. But Mos Vienna is saying, does it look very good? To be honest, it does indeed not necessarily on the short term look good here, but of course on the wider scale, we still see that Bitcoin is holding up this horizontal range here. So as long as we're holding up the horizontal level of the green box, we're doing respectively a good job here. But right now, yeah, we do not want to be seeing a break below this level, of course. And eventually, I do want to be seeing a little bit of a push up from this point. But the S&P looks to be closing respectively a little bit more bullish here. So let's see what we're going to be having here. Let's see what we're going to have. And some people are saying a deck head bounce here. The hair of the deck head bounce. I mean, some people don't know the definition of a deck head bounce then. Probably. I think January and February will be better than this December for Bitcoin. I mean, we just have to wait and see how it's going to be playing out, of course. I personally think that the whole 2022 year is going to be a positive year for crypto. It's going to be a bullish year for crypto. So I'm looking forward towards it indeed. Welcome to the bull run. And of course, what you want to do in a bull run. And of course, the cheat code. I mean, I cracked the code here to be successful on Bitcoin. I cracked the code. And you know what the code is? The code is, in a bull run, you buy the freaking dip. In a bull run, you buy the dip. Of course, that's what I do. And of course, in bull runs, dips are meant for buying. I mean, if you were afraid to buy every single time the dip here, what have you been doing? What have you been doing? And every single time the market dips here, you're going to sell. Every single time the market dips, you're going to call for a bear market. No, that's not how it works here. Of course, have we been seeing the blow of top? No, we have been not seeing so. We've been just getting started, of course. We've been just getting started. And I'm looking forward towards where Bitcoin is heading towards. We've been seeing the bullish signals on the daily time frames. Bitcoin, by the way, it's 1 minute away right now for closing the 30-minute candle. The S&P looks to be closing this 30-minute candle a little bit more bullish here. So that is, of course, beautiful to see, of course. I'm really looking forward towards seeing this candle getting close above the green box. This is having a wider positive effect, of course. The reason why I do say this is previous resistance could be then getting still retested as support. That could be having more bullish effect. So I'm looking forward towards it. Twitter CEO said Bitcoin is more than an investment, so the bull run. I mean, Twitter CEO Jack, of course, is a very good person. Of course, he quit working at Twitter. He like resigned from his position to work on Bitcoin, I think. So pretty cool. Jack Dorsey, come with the Bitcoin. Crypto Rover, I missed you, brother. I missed you too, app player. Let's pump the shit. Let's go. Bullsember, indeed, guys. I'm ready for Bullsember. Are you guys ready for Bullsember? That's a real big question. Rover, what do you think about Luna? It's pumping like crazy. Of course, I should always be careful with Luna. It's indeed pumping like crazy. It's $64 US. Still think the coin is a little bit overextended right now. I don't think that Luna is necessarily a very good buy here. So S&P 500 closed its candle here. 30-minute candle is closed. And right away, of course, we see a significant rally getting created on the next candle. So yeah, volatility is definitely here right now. And yeah, let's see where we're heading towards right now. But yeah, indeed, horizontal level, still flipping this level into support. So do have a little bit more of a bullish feeling about the market right now. So it's looking good. How do I see the funding fees? You can just go to coinglass.com and you go to the funding fees chart and you can see clearly what the funding fees on Bitcoin are. To calculate your funding fees, it's very simple. You go to your exchange, which you use. You can as well just go to your own exchange. Let's say I'm going to use BYBIT. Let me quickly search this up here. Let's say I'm going to use BYBIT. And I open my chart over here. You can clearly see I can use BYBIT over here, and if I'm using BYBIT, you can clearly see here on the top side of the screen here the funding rate, and as well if you keep your mouse on top of it, you can clearly see what the calculation is for the funding fee. So the funding fee is basically your position value x the fee, so that's basically the fee that you have to pay or the fee that you receive if it's minus, of course. So if you do want to be trading up here as well on BYBIT, don't forget to check out the link in the description, because BYBIT will be offering you very strong deposit bonus. $4,000 in deposit bonus right now will be received if you do want to be trading the market here. So make sure to check out the link in the description, because through our link in the description you will get the majority of the deposit bonus, because if you sign up without the link in the description, you're getting no deposit bonus. So better to get a deposit bonus than no deposit bonus, I would always say here. So Ashwin donating to the channel here. Ashwin is asking us, what do you think about sand? Is it going to pump hard? No, I don't think so. I don't think so that sand is going to pump hard towards $10. I think it's maybe a little bit too overextended. I think you should be very careful with Cent right now. I think Cent is, of course, a good coin. It's a good project, but of course, I already took profits, and I, of course, already warned you guys about taking profits on the higher ranges over here. On the daily time frame, Cent is forming a double top, bearish structure. Cent is on the daily time frame forming a bearish divergence. Cent is on the 4-hourly candles forming a huge momentum loss. I think Cent is right now, of course, forming a beautiful consolidation pattern. The consolidation after a parabolic run-up usually suggests further cool-offs. I do think Cent can eventually set new all-time highs very soon. No, I don't think so. Cent is going to form new all-time highs tomorrow. No, I don't think so. Cent going to form new all-time highs in 2022. Yes, I do think that's very likely. But is it going to be happening right now? I know, I don't think so. I think that Cent is going to go for a minor cool-off period. The game, the alpha version, got launched on the 29th of November. Since then, the hype cooled off here. Yeah, I think that you should be start to get a little bit more cautious with Cent here. Cent is pretty overextended right now, so please be very careful with it. Of course, it's exactly the same for Decentraland here, like the other request here from Alien. Decentraland as well broke the upper support line, broke down off the symmetrical triangle, and right now is, of course, a little bit down here. Decentraland Mana is, of course, down trading right now on its horizontal support range here. You can clearly see previous resistance over here, flipped into support, and this level is right now, of course, holding us up on the market. So I'm definitely looking forward towards where we could be heading towards from this point here. But I do think here, and this is my own opinion about the market, is that I don't think that you should chase hyper-ups here. And of course, Sandbox and Decentraland are very good projects, but their markets is overextended. And just like Gala as well, I think gaming coins are very good, but the hype is so high right now that the risk is too high to be buying into towards it, because every single retailer is buying into towards gaming tokens. That's the reason why I'm not doing so. That's my whole reason I'm not buying into towards it, because I'm not going to go, and I'm not planning to go to Rex City right now here, because yeah, it could be seeing a further increase from here on, but there are so many people in profits right now here, and I should be very careful with them. Of course, long-term investment wise, is Decentraland a bad investment for the coming year, for the coming 6 months? No, not at all. Is Decentraland going to be a good buy? Is Decentraland going to give me that insane return for the coming 3 months ahead of ourselves right now? No, I don't think so. I do think that Decentraland is not going to be bring us that massive gain right now in the coming 3 months, because it already pumps so massively, and I don't like to chase hype run-ups, of course. Sand has already pumped more than 900%. I think it will sleep for a while. I mean, that's also my point. It moved already up so quickly, so yeah, thanks first of all for supporting the nation. So dollar index is shooting up apparently. So let's quickly check up on the dollar index. This is what we get from the chat here. Of course, the chat is telling us the dollar index is moving up, and indeed, the index is moving up. This is the reason why Bitcoin is right now coming down. What are we going to see here? What are we going to see over here? It's going to be very crazy, because Bitcoin is indeed falling down particularly quickly. And of course, guys, still going to say this to you guys out there over here. Is Bitcoin going to be holding up the support range? It's going to be very crucial right now. Of course, let me as well know in the chat here. Do you think the CME gap will be right now getting filled here? This is going to be crucial. This is going to be very crucial. Let me know in the chat here. Let me know in the chat. It's going to be very, very important about what Bitcoin is going to be doing right now here, because we're right now trading once again on a horizontal support level. Literally the pump that we got last hour ago here, we undone everything here. And of course, the stock market is open. The stock market is playing with Bitcoin, and like you can see, it is down once again here. Look at this stock market once again dragging Bitcoin down. We're keeping our eyes wide open on the stock market, of course, today, guys. It's dragging Bitcoin down here. It's definitely dragging Bitcoin down. It's killing the steam on Bitcoin right now here. So let me see. So the chat is saying CME gap fill and then a pump. Let's see what we could be having over here. Looks to be kind of a bearish pennant forming on the 30-minute time frame. So indeed, we could be looking, of course. I mean, yeah, maybe we could be looking at that, of course. So let me quickly look at this, of course. So you can clearly see Bitcoin indeed forming a downward slope resistance line from the highs here, upward sloping support line on the lows here. This could be indeed a bearish pennant that we are right now forming on the 30-minute time frame. So indeed, we could be looking at such kind of a structure. Let's see where the market is heading towards from this point. Hopefully, we could be seeing this breakout anytime soon here. Of course, if Bitcoin is going to be breaking out of this range here, it could be showing us once again a lot of volatility on the market. And since we have been in a downtrend, over here from the highs, and we are forming a consolidation pattern, we tend to see as well continuation down here. But yeah, let's see how the market is going to be finding back over here. Why CME gap? Because Bitcoin pumped over the weekend last time around here. So let me see. Of course, if the CME gap is going to get filled here, Bitcoin has got its CME gap around the 54.4k here on the lower side. Of course, top side we already filled a little bit here, so we could be as well approach it like this, of course. So there's still a CME gap here. On the lower ranges, we already filled up the difference over there. So I'm looking forward towards what we could be having over here. Like you can see over here, we already filled up the particular big amount of the CME gap, of course. So hopefully we could be, maybe if we can finally fill this, it can behind us, then we could be maybe look for further continuation up here. But personally, I do not think it's likely to see Bitcoin going below 53k or the bottom over here, because the bottom is already in or very close. And just like last time around where we were pumping up towards the upside, of course, we saw a massive wick on the lower side getting created, and then we shoot up, of course. But yeah, right now we do have, of course, as well the stock market with this, and so far, as long as the stock market is going to be bearish here for the in the short term, as long as basically as there's going to be ruling, as long as there's going to be a lot of fear ruling in the stock market, it's going to be having a bearish effect on Bitcoin, because yeah, basically the stock market is afraid right now, and that's the reason why it is dragging Bitcoin down right now. And of course, the stock market is basically still afraid about the variant of the new virus, of course, that we are right now looking at. So indeed, we could be looking for this bearish pennant, and we're going to be still keep our eyes wide open on this for here. So bro, tell me about the bearish and bullish scenarios. Bears win, bulls win, pigs get slaughtered. I mean, tell me about the bullish and bearish scenario. I mean, for me right now, if I'm going to have a wider view on Bitcoin, right? So I'm going to zoom out for a second. Let me go to our let me remove this wrong here. Let me just talk a little bit about Bitcoin, about this wider view here. So let's talk about bullish and bearish scenarios, of course, right? So a bearish scenario for Bitcoin is that it's going to continue its lower high trajectory, and see a continuation down. Where do we see Bitcoin heading towards from that point here? The most likely scenario that we could be seeing Bitcoin heading towards, first of all, is going to be this range high over here. And it's going to be the 52.7k. That's a bearish scenario that we could be looking at. Bitcoin retracing back towards the highs over here to retest the high, then see continuation up. That's a bearish bias scenario. We still have a lot of bullish bias scenarios as well in the market, because basically, if we're going to analyze the trend that Bitcoin is right now trading on, we have been forming lower highs, like you can see over here. This is the trend analysis, lower high trajectory. Bitcoin is forming lower highs along the way down here. What we do want to be seeing eventually is Bitcoin forming a higher high to, of course, shift the trend back towards an uptrend. So we could be then looking for a further continuation up here. That's, of course, what we do see right now. While Bitcoin is even coming down further, 56.2k right now, guys. We're definitely trading on very key times of recording right now here. Trading on very key levels over here. Of course, what we can see is, well, Bitcoin forming lower lows along the way down here. And we're right now forming a higher low. So lower lows has been formed in the trend all the way down, like you can see. And finally, we're starting to set in higher lows. So Bitcoin is indeed starting to set in higher low trajectory, and you could be approaching this scenario as, of course, an inverse head and shoulders. You can clearly see neckline getting formed, so left shoulder, head getting formed over here, and while we're forming the head over there, we're seeing the right shoulder getting formed right now on the right side. So we're indeed forming a pretty interesting pattern right now on the market, and I'm definitely looking forward towards what we could be getting. If Bitcoin is going to be curving back towards the upside from up the range that we're right now recording, yeah, we are definitely forming some kind of an inverse head and shoulders, because basically what an inverse head and shoulders does tells us is that we're forming a low in the market, a lower low in the market, and afterwards we're forming a higher low again in the market with a horizontal level of resistance. And you can see clearly on the market right here, we're forming a horizontal range of resistance on the highs, like you can see over here. This is going to be the level that Bitcoin has to be breaking above here. And of course, as long as Bitcoin is bouncing from off the horizontal range over here on the 4-hourly time frame over here, so this is going to be the support range that Bitcoin has to be holding up towards the 4-hourly candles, right? So you can see here, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. This is how we are right now looking at. So what is going to be crucial right now for the bullish scenario for Bitcoin to be playing out here is that Bitcoin is going to hold up towards this horizontal 4-hour support line. You can see last time around here on the 18th and 17th of November, in the beginning of November, halfway point of November, this level was the go-to level. This was the go-to watch out right now for a level. And of course, as long as Bitcoin is going to be bouncing and curving off of this range here, it is going to be bullish, because then it will be keeping this head and shoulders scenario in life here. And of course, if the head and shoulders scenario is going to be playing out for Bitcoin, this is going to be resulting in, of course, a significant rally towards the upside, what no one expects for Bitcoin to push its way all the way back up to 65k here. So this is going to be the scenario I'm right now as well looking for. I'm basically not necessarily approaching it as an head and shoulders pattern. No, I always approach these patterns like what I want to be seeing, just like I explained to you, I want to be seeing this level getting holding up here as soon as Bitcoin does fail to hold up towards this horizontal range. This is going to be enabling the bearish scenario for Bitcoin. So as soon as Bitcoin does fail to hold on towards the horizontal range of here, this is going to be enabling the bearish scenario for Bitcoin to be playing out here. But as long as Bitcoin is trading above this range, and as long as Bitcoin is holding on towards it, I don't see a reason why you should be bearish right now. Yeah, Bitcoin is moving down a little bit on the 1-hour candles. Is this your reason to be bearish? If your reason to be bearish right now is because Bitcoin is not able to break the top side, just forget it, because Bitcoin tends to do its own thing on the 1-hour candles. If you're in doubt, zoom out. I've been explaining it, of course, already several times on the different time frames on the stream here. But being bearish right now, I think, is not responsible. I should only start to become a little bit more bearish as soon as Bitcoin does break the lower side. Of course, we could be creating a massive wick on the lower side before Bitcoin is really going to be breaking out, or either what here, because yeah, we still have this CME gap below us, like I told everyone about here. So that is not even going to be very bearish. And of course, a breakdown is only going to occur if you're going to close a 4-hourly candle below it. And what could be for sure what happen is that the next 1 hour and maybe the next 4-hourly candle is going to come down very quickly, fill up the CME gap and shoot up once again, just like we did here last time around here on the 28th of November on 7 o'clock, of course. So guys, by the way, I see that 300 likes are right now as well as a resistance for the channel. So guys, can we slap it up towards the 300 likes right now on the stream? We're right now only 10 likes away before slapping it up towards 300 likes. And of course, smashing up the like button will be truly appreciated if you're going to do so right now. So guys, don't forget to make sure to smash up the like button. Will be truly appreciated. Only 9 of you guys right now have to smash it up towards the 300. So let's smash it up real quickly towards 300 likes. And of course, if we can reach the 300 likes, it will be making us very, very happy. And of course, maybe it can bring us some very good faith here towards the cryptocurrency market here. So will be, of course, appreciated if you're going to slap it up right now here. And of course, guys, if you do enjoy the analysis, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That will be as well truly appreciated, of course, if you're going to do so. Let me see. Let me see what we do have over here. We have some interesting articles coming out here, guys. By the way, trading on 727 subscribers right now. Trading. That's the level we're right on. But let's keep witnessing Bitcoin right now, because Bitcoin is right now 15 minutes away before closing its 1 hour candle, and we're coming pretty close towards the the 1 hour candle close for Bitcoin right here. So let me see what the chat is right now saying as well here. Can you tell us where we can go down if we break the support? Of course, I have been explaining it already. We'll be doing it another time. Of course, there are several levels that you could be looking at if we're going to be breaking this 4 hour support, right? So if Bitcoin does break this 56k range here on the 4 hour candles, well, we're about to close in 15 minutes, by the way, guys. So it's definitely crucial times right now. So the coming 15 minutes ahead of ourselves right here are going to be definitely very crucial. So the levels that we could be then heading towards is, of course, the first range is going to be the low that we formed on the market over here. This is going to be, first of all, the most likeliest range to see Bitcoin bouncing from up, because last time around we bounced from this level as well. Of course, failing to hold on towards that level could be enabling to see a different structure and a different level for Bitcoin to get reached here. That's going to be the 52.7k. Failing to hold on towards the 52.7k could be then result for an even further continuation down. That further continuation down is going to be this very strong horizontal level. And these are the levels that you could be right now looking for. And of course, we'll be quickly give you guys some notes as well about which the exact levels are here, of course. So if Bitcoin fails to hold on towards the 56k here on the 4 hour candle close, first level we're going to be aiming for is going to be the 53.7k. Afterwards, it's going to be the 52.5k. Afterwards, it's going to be the 50.45k. Then it's going to be the 50k horizontal level. And then if we're going to fall towards these levels, I personally think Bitcoin is going to be going for a further plunge down here. So let's see what we're going to do here. Personally, I'm not anticipating these lower ranges getting visited right now here. To be honest, we can see as well Ethereum is taking a particularly big hit once again. If we're going to look towards the 4 hourly candles here on the Ethereum now, on the Ethereum price section, you can clearly see this is a very strong level of previous support or resistance, so I do not want to be seeing a close below 44.75 here, so going to keep our eyes wide open on it. But I'm not going to call for a breakdown on Bitcoin as long as we're not breaking down, right? So yeah, we're going to look to these price targets if we're going to see a continuation down. Of course, the QB as well, a strong bounce from the range over here already. This is of course on the 55k level. The reason why I will say the 55k, because it comes together with the CME gap, of course, and it comes together with a very, very likely bounce from the range here, because yeah, Bitcoin will be got pretty oversold at that point, of course, in the market. So I'm looking forward towards where the market could be heading towards. By the way, right now on the last 50 minutes of this 1 hour candle, there is most likely going to be a lot of volatility, because what we do know over here is that the 4 hourly candle is going to close here. And we're flipping into the green right now, so it's pretty bullish to see here. But usually, last 10 minutes of these 4 hourly candle closes, guys, those are crazy. Those are the most craziest periods, because the last few minutes of the 4 hourly candle closes are going to show usually the most amount of volatility on the market. So make sure that you're going to be, get ready as well for a very large amount of volatility right now on the market. Of course, sounds like a yeah, guys, make sure to slap up the like button. Make sure to do so. Let's go for 500 likes. I think we can easily reach it. Let's go for 500 likes, guys. We're running 1 hour in the stream already. Of course, if you don't know about the channel already, we're doing a lot of live streams here on every single market move, of course, we're seeing here in crypto, to discuss it and to expect what the likely scenarios are, of course, with you guys out there as well. Make sure to slap up the like button. It will be truly appreciated, of course, if you want to be doing so right now here. So yeah, let's go further in towards the content here. And let's go a little bit about some key levels of moving averages. Key moving averages. So what are some key moving averages we could be looking at? We could be looking at the 120. Let's look at this. Let's look as well at the 150. So let me enable those real quickly. Styles. Let me see. So we could be as well look at several moving averages as well, of course, in the market, right? So if we're looking towards this moving average, of course, the let me see, the 120 moving average found the bottom here in September. 120-day moving average, of course, found the bottom as well over here. The 150 moving average as well found the bottom here of September, and of course the let me see, the The 200 moving average is a little bit lacking. So yeah, these moving averages right now as well are approaching us towards as well this 53k range here. So this is of course respectively a little bit more better, because last time around we touched this level, like you can see over here, and this of course from the the 120 moving average. So let me quickly enable this. You can see last time we did touch this level. We bounced back very strongly, of course, over here as well. On the 25th of April, we moved up very quickly. So this is, of course, a particularly strong level of support that we have been looking at. So maybe there could be a potential time that we're still going to retest this range as well. And of course, if we're going to retest it, it could be having a wider positive effect. But so far as well, we have to break the downward sloping support line that we're right now looking at as well. So yeah, personally do not see this really happening so quickly, of course, as well. We do have the bull market support band here on the weekly time frame below us as well. If we're going to look at the weekly time frame, the bull market support band is approaching us right now. So like you can see over here, the bull market support band on Bitcoin, I mean, quickly remove all the drawings, is of course the level that provided so much support on the past times ago here in the market. So if we're really going to see a further plunge down here for Bitcoin, what are the levels that we're going to be looking at then? It's going to be, of course, the 53k here, and the lower side of the bull market support band is 52k. So is Bitcoin going below 52k with a weekly candle close? Not out of the books, in my opinion. I don't see Bitcoin going below 52k on the weekly candle close, because I personally do see the bull market support band holding us up very, very well in the coming hours ahead of us. And guys, by the way, let me remove all the drawings. Let me go back in towards the charts. Let me go back to the daily, to the 4-hourly candles over here, because what can we see right now on the 4-hourly candles for Bitcoin is that we're bouncing back into the green here. So Bitcoin is already doing a very strong job here. So far, again, getting bought up on the lower side. You can clearly see, look at the S&P, guys. Holy damn. So the crowd, this is indeed what we do want here. So this is very nice to see here. S&P getting bought up with a particular big wick on the lower side. Of course, Bitcoin still not really experiencing the same kind of an wick getting formed on the lower side. But indeed, it is again trading above our horizontal level of support. So you can see this range over here, 56.3k. So far, in terms of horizontal level, has been holding us up very well here. So let me see here. When would you be buying more Bitcoins, Meneer Rover? Let me see. When I should be buying. I mean, it really depends what your strategy is and what your vision is for Bitcoin. I mean, I really can't. I do have some tether still. I'm still waiting. Potentially, if we're going to get a drop off to accumulate at that time a little bit more. But no, when should you buy? I don't think it's a bad time for accumulating at all. I don't think it's a bad time to be accumulating at all, especially on these ranges over here. 90% sure Rover's a robot. I mean, maybe I am, guys. Maybe I'm a robot. It's pretty funny that you guys said it. But guys, by the way, I do want to be saying to you guys out there, I see right now we're only 25 likes away before smashing up to 500 likes. I mean, will be truly appreciated if we can slap it up to 500. Only 25 of you guys can have to do it right now, and I think we can easily do it. Stock traders are pussies, plunge down 5%, sometimes in a 5-minute range for. Sometimes that happens for a 5-minute range for Bitcoin, indeed. I mean, for Bitcoin, it's definitely different times than stock market, but the stock market peeps are right now definitely shitting their pants. Well, we have diamond hands, of course. That rhymes. Let me see what we're having. Picked up some leverage, short stop loss before the drop. I mean, are you in a long or short? Let me know. I mean, shorting it right now still seems risky for me, to be honest. Good night from the Philippines. Very lovely to know here. You need to watch him at 50% speed to get everything. I will be trying to slow down a little bit here, guys. But I'm not really used to talk very slow once I do see a lot of market movement. Of course, guys, only 2 likes away before smashing up to 500 likes. I mean, you guys are absolutely smashing it up here. Let me see. I agree with Rover, with whoever said that. A machine, indeed. So we are getting another question here in the chat here. And let me see. Yeah, guys, we smashed through the 30 already. That's crazy. The question from Fat Juicy. Thank you for supporting the nation. Your question is the RSI and the 4-hourly candles. So what can we see right now on the RSI on the 4-hourly candles? To be honest, we are forming a bullish divergence, but not a very, very significant one. But RSI and the 4-hourly candles, what is bad with it? Is nothing bad with it at all. We're trading below the 50 on the index, so we're trading right now on the 46 on the index. There's not a lot of special things happening right now, to be honest. We could be looking for a support line on the 4-hour RSI from the high, from the lows. So maybe we could be seeing a further decrease before really seeing a massive bounce back up here. We're not seeing any significant divergence right now here. So RSI in the 4 hour, do we see anything special playing out right now? To be honest, no, I didn't see a lot of special things playing out, to be honest, over here. As well, no significant downward slope or resistance lines getting formed there. So no, I'm not really taking my eyes out on anything special over here as well. Yeah, you could be maybe say we're forming a bullish divergence right now because we're forming a high low over here, but it's not a very significant one. So I would like to see, of course, more candles between it before really saying a bullish divergence is getting formed there. So yeah, pretty interesting what we do see over here, but nothing very special is playing out over here right now. So let me see. 50% speed is indeed a nice space here. So guys, I am really going to try to slow down my talking here. Well, I'm not a billionaire yet. Is Bitcoin a scam? No, Bitcoin's not a scam. 2 times speed is lit. I mean, I've never tried it before myself. So let's see what the chat is saying over here. Good afternoon for you as well. Hopefully having an amazing day here, guys. We're right now 5 minutes away before closing this candle over here, so it's going to be very exciting. Let me quickly as well load up on Cointelegraph. Do we see any interesting articles right now here? So of course, I was already looking at OpenSea earlier today. I was really thinking about buying a Bored Ape, and I mean, I was thinking about that like 8 months ago as well, and I could buy it for like 50k. Right now they're 200k, so I really got screwed over on there. So as well, someone in 2013, why the short lost 13 bitcoins right now worth $760,000. Correct, why? Don't listen to him. He's not the Bitcoin CEO. He's not the founder of Bitcoin. Don't believe him. So let's see what we do have over here in the market. Is China banning crypto again? That's pretty interesting. So Chinese crypto ban poses no threat to the local industry, media sources say here. So China, of course, bans Bitcoin for the 100th time, of course, already. But yeah, it's really a FUD article probably. Because yeah, usually in downtrends, we tend to see a lot of FUD articles, of course, getting found out here. Find Meta Hero Scanner next time you're in Dubai and get yourself an NFT. Yeah, of course, I will be trying to do so. Meta Hero, of course, you guys are very excited, but Meta Hero here, always in the chat here. Laura, you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. We're all Satoshi indeed. Cardano looks to be like it's ready to take off. Only retracement towards 0.382 and bounced hard. Impressive. Cardano is indeed doing a very strong job here. How do I learn Bitcoin trading? You don't learn it overnight if you think so. It takes years and years of experience by learning it. Rover, can you please check out the storage RSI on the weekly time frame? Let's go over it. And of course, a lot of people don't really understand how to reach the storage RSI. But storage RSI is indeed a very, very good indication to look at. Of course, right now you can see it's falling particularly bigly here on the Bitcoin weekly time frame. It could be as well recover very quickly, so it doesn't say anything right now, to be honest. Daily storage RSI is, of course, was overextended. As well, was forming a bearish divergence, was forming a higher high over here, lower high here on the price section. So storage RSI was it was particularly bearish and came down. It's right now coming down as well, having this bearish crossover on the daily time frame over here. So that's particularly bearish. Of course, it was creating bullish divergence along the way up here, like you can see in the storage RSI. They had having a more of a bullish edge on the market. So yeah, daily time frame as well having a little bit more of a bearish edge right now. To be honest, if we're going to look at the storage RSI in the 4-hourly time frame right now, and guys, by the way, 2 more minutes, still the 4-hourly candle's going to close here. That's pretty exciting, guys. Looking forward towards it. So, what we can see over here on the 4-hourly time frame, storage RSI flipping bullish again. So this could be having a wider positive effect. No bullish divergence getting formed over here. So, pretty interesting what we did saw over here. But indeed, we're seeing a very significant amount of interest getting formed here, and of course we're seeing a bullish crossover right now getting formed on the storage RSI 4-hourly candle. So that's of course having a bullish effect here. So Bitcoin, 2 more minutes, guys, before closing. It's a 1-hour candle, and of course this 1-hour candle is going to be having a little bit more of a bullish edge here if we're going to close it like this. Not failing to hold on towards the support line so far. Looking forward towards, and look at the US. Look at the US 500 here, so the SP 500, of course. So SP 500 doing a particularly strong job here. Big wicks on the lower side here, and right now continuing its way up most likely. So you can still see horizontal level that we have been looking at has been so far providing very strong support. So I'm looking forward towards it, where we are heading towards from up this point. You can see Bitcoin is finding its way back up here right now because, of course, the stock market is doing so as well. So yeah, this is indeed lovely to see here. This is indeed very lovely to see right now on the market, and I definitely can't wait to see what we do get from at this point, of course. So, yeah, we do see a lot of bullishness across the border right now here. So, guys, don't forget to check this out, of course. So the 1 hour candle close is going to be still, yeah, respectively flipped bullish. It's not bearish 1 hour candle close. For people that do maybe see this as bearish 1 hour close, I don't see so. We're still holding up towards the horizontal range. What is the requirement for me that I would have loved to see here? But of course, we're still not close yet here. We're still 45 seconds away from it over here. So the Bitcoin 1 minute is OP. I mean, yeah, indeed, we're moving up very strongly in the 1 minute, and this is of course indeed lovely to see for the Bitcoin 1 minute chart, of course. So yeah, Bitcoin moved up particularly quickly here on the 1 minute. So lovely to see, but let's witness the 4 hourly charts here, because yeah, closing a 4 hourly candle is of course always a lovely thing to do, and especially once you're closing this one into the green here and still holding up towards the 56k range here, it's a lovely part to experience here on such a 4 hourly candle close, of course. So yeah, we have been seeing a lot of volatility once again here on the recent hours, and yeah, we have been seeing Bitcoin coming up and coming down, and so far, yeah, it looks pretty interesting. So 4 more seconds and we're still holding on. So guys, this really is a little bit more better for Bitcoin right now to see this candle close like this occurring. So 56.5k is the level that we're currently holding on towards, and hopefully we could be seeing a further continuation up here. So let me see. Can you please hit the oh yeah, so it's so I don't keep spamming. I mean, I can hit it once here. So guys, there it comes. Indeed. Of course, I do have some soundboards here for if special things happen here on the market, we use the soundboard, because then Bitcoin deserves the oh yeah, of course. So if there's going to be a big market bump whatsoever, we deserve to hear the oh yeah, of course. So Bitcoin closes 4 hourly candle. This is of course not bearish. We didn't broke bearish, so we survived another 4 hourly candle, guys. So congratulations for you guys out there surviving the 4 hourly candle. Hopefully you're going to be surviving the coming 4 hourly candles as well on Bitcoin, but this is indeed not a bearish 4 hourly close that we did got here. We're still holding on the horizontal range here on Bitcoin. That is of course particularly positive. Of course, on the 1 hour candle as well, we do hold up the range over here, the middle range right to 56.5k. So it is looking particularly strong right now on Bitcoin. This 1 hour candle could be maybe go once again down here, like the S&P 500 as well, could be once again wick towards the downside, retest a little bit of these lower ranges again. So let's see what's going to be playing out for that, of course. But personally, we're going to keep our eyes wide open here as well, guys. If you do want to be staying up to date, once we're not live as well about the market and about our analysis, don't forget to follow us on Twitter. You can see it right now in the bottom left side of the screen over here. So make sure to hit the follow button as well there on Twitter at RoverCRC. We're right now very close towards smashing up towards 30,000 followers on Twitter. So if you haven't already smashed up the follow button on Twitter, make sure to do so right here. It will be truly amazing if we can smash it up over there. So looking forward towards that, of course, and hopefully you guys can follow us over there on Twitter. And let's see what we are going to be having for the next 1 hour candle close here for Bitcoin. That was it. Thank you so much. No problem. I do as well have a oh no, but I won't use that one unless we're seeing a very significant drop off, of course. Boss, I need some advice. Buy more Bitcoin or spend? I mean, I am not your financial advisor, but I'm personally myself right now accumulating more Bitcoins. I'm accumulating more cryptocurrencies over here. So let me see. December is always pumpy. We do know Decembers are very pumpy. And last year around December started to be pumpy around the 8th of December. So maybe it's going to be taking a little bit longer here. So as well, people are questioning us right in the chat here. Isn't the S&P 500 right now creating a W? It is indeed creating a W on the 30-minute candles, and it is right now retesting the horizontal neckline. So what do we expect for the S&P? I think personally, if I'm going to really give you my honest opinion about what I do expect the S&P is right again to do from this point, it's going to continue. It's going to be creating a continuation towards the upside. So that is personally what I do right now expect here, and what I do right now personally think here. As long as we're holding up this horizontal range, what we're currently as well doing, so it's going to be having a wider positive effect on this market. So I'm looking forward towards what the S&P is doing, but the S&P is looking particularly good right now, and that's going to be a result as well in more bullishness for Bitcoin, of course. So I'm looking forward towards it, and I definitely can't wait to see what we could be getting from this point. But Cardano is absolutely exploding again, guys. Holy damn. Cardano is absolutely moving up. Look at this 1 minute chart. Of course, this 1 minute chart doesn't look very good here. But you can see in just the past 3 minutes, Cardano moved up another % here. Like I warned you guys about here, Cardano, of course, flipping this previous resistance target. Let me draw it correctly, by the way. Like this. Previous resistance target. into support, and right away Cardano shoots up again here. So yeah, $1.71 is right now the level that we're trading on, and so far it's doing a particularly strong job over here. Yes, this is definitely lovely to see. Definitely lovely to see for Cardano right here on the market. So yeah, Cardano is doing a very good job. But guys, anyways, right now I will be wrapping up the stream here. Unfortunately I have to head out again. Of course, in the evening, in the afternoon, I usually do a little bit of a shorter stream. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry. I would have loved to do an even longer stream. But guys, if you want to see more of my face, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And of course, guys, if you do want to be tuning in tomorrow towards the stream, don't forget to be there as well. So by smashing up the subscribe button, it will be truly appreciated, so you will be staying up to date about what we're dropping out here. And of course, if there's any market move here in crypto, the Crypto Rover channel here will be the first one out of the whole cryptocurrency industry to smash up the like button. So guys, if you're ready to subscribe to the channel with the bell notification smashed up as well, you are never going to be missing out on any of the updates that we're going to be bringing out to the channel. And once it's a significant market move, once you need someone to analyze the market here, we will be there, of course. So guys, thank you so much once again towards of course tuning in towards the stream here, and I will see you guys back tomorrow with another update here on the channel. So guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.